How intense is the CELTA course? So embarking on a 1-month CELTA training course is an exhilarating and intensive journey into the world of English language teaching. Packed with learning, teaching practice and reflection, this condensed program requires dedication, focus and a readiness to immerse oneself fully in the learning process. The intensity of the CELTA course is undeniable, as each day is filled with a dynamic blend of input sessions, teaching practice, lesson planning, and feedback sessions. Trainees are challenged to absorb a wealth of teaching methodologies, language analysis techniques, and classroom management strategies in a short period of time. Moreover, the pressure of meeting deadlines, delivering effective lessons, and incorporating feedback adds to the demanding nature of the course. To thrive in a 1-month CELTA training program, preparation is key. So here are some tips to help you prepare before and during the course. Number 1, familiarize yourself with grammar. This might seem obvious, but a lot of us who are native speakers of English are not really taught grammar in school. Now, what I did was just basically took out lots of grammar reference books from the library and just went online and looked at loads of YouTube videos, and I really had to begin from scratch. You need to know what a verb is, you need to know what a noun is, you need to know what an adjective is, you need to know what an adverb is, and as well as the various tenses of the verbs. Now, a lot of us know grammar, right? We intuitively know grammar because we've been speaking English all our lives. The challenge with the CELTA course is trying to explain grammar to a native speaker of English, to a new learner of the English language. So these terms are very, very important, not just for your teaching English in the future, but also during the CELTA course, because you will be thrown in at the deep end and you will be expected to absorb so much grammar. But it can be done, and a lot of grammatical terms and grammar points become more clearer as you do the course. Most CELTA courses do have a pre-entry test that you need to do, that you need to complete, and this is really just to test your language competency and whether you're fit to do the CELTA course. If they don't feel you are ready to do the CELTA course, they might say, look, can you reapply in the next round and just brush up on your grammar in the meantime. Number two, familiarize yourself with teaching terminology. Now, you will learn a lot of this in the course, and I would recommend just to get acquainted with basic teaching concepts, terminology and methodologies. This foundational knowledge will give you a head start and help you navigate the course material more effectively. Number 3, practice time management. Develop effective time management skills to balance the demands of the course, including lesson planning, teaching practice, assignments, and self-study. Prioritize tasks and allocate sufficient time for each aspect of the course. So, you will be doing CELTA sessions during the day, and you will be taught a whole range of methodologies and a whole load of grammatical concepts, and then you'll be expected to teach a lesson the next day, and it will be a daunting experience. But trust me, if you can just get through the first week and just overcome that fear of standing in front of a classroom, in front of a bunch of strangers and trying to teach, it's the only way to learn. It's the most effective way to learn, and you just need to let go of the idea of saving face and just throw yourself in, and just remember all your colleagues are in the same boat as you, and just enjoy it. Don't take it too seriously. I had such fun on my CELTA course. I had a great bunch of colleagues with me, and we had a blast, and if we messed up during the our practice teaching sessions, we would just laugh it off. But everybody is going to give you feedback, and that's one of the things your colleagues, when they're watching you, they will be asked to provide feedback. Number 4, prepare mentally and emotionally. Recognize that the CELTA course is intensive and challenging. Prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the demands of the program and maintain a positive mindset throughout the course. Stay motivated, resilient, and open to learning from both successes and setbacks. Now, I've mentioned this because I almost had a colleague who almost gave up just in the first week. He was just overwhelmed by the demands of the course, especially by the fact that we had to get up and start teaching in front of a class, and this can be extremely daunting. So prepare your mind for this, because when you go there and you think that you're not going to be challenged or tested, or that you can somehow escape standing up in front of a class and delivering a lesson that you've just learnt yourself yesterday, you've got another thing coming. The CELTA supervisor, any good CELTA supervisor, will demand that you complete those aspects of the course, and they should demand that, because it's only going to bring out the best in you. And trust me, if you have a good teacher, and most of the people I've spoken to who've done a CELTA course, their teachers have all been great. The rigor with which you are taught prepares you and gives you confidence to stand in front of a class. Number 5, seek pre-course guidance. Take advantage of any pre-course materials or guidance provided by the course provider. So you will be sent quite a lot of information beforehand, and make sure you study it, make sure you go through it, so you're not kind of surprised by anything during the course. It's always good to know what to expect. So review recommended readings, resources, and online platforms to familiarize yourself with CELTA expectations and requirements. And also jump on YouTube and you will see just a plethora of CELTA videos that explain CELTA from start to finish and are quite detailed in the aspects of the CELTA course itself. Number 6, engage actively in input sessions. So during CELTA, you will be asked to engage, and the supervisor will be watching you throughout the month and just looking at how you are engaging with the rest of the class. So make sure you participate actively in input sessions and engage with course content to deepen your understanding of teaching methodology and language analysis. And don't be afraid to ask questions, seek clarification, and make sure you collaborate with peers to enhance your learning experience. I can't stress this point enough. If I did not have the peers I was fortunate to have during my CELTA course, I would have had a really tough time. I think a lot of people come into CELTA and they might feel slightly, nervous and embarrassed, and they kind of just hide away and do the assignments on their own. If you have the opportunity, and you can even create this opportunity, walk up to your class and say, look guys, is anybody interested in doing some assignments together, or meeting up for a drink after class, and just so you can discuss the things you're learning and absorbing and clarifying things with your peers. It just makes the whole month a lot more pleasant, because it is a very intensive month. Okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It's a very intensive experience. Number 7, practice reflective thinking. Now, what I mean by that is you need to cultivate reflective thinking skills to critically evaluate your teaching practice and identify areas for improvement. And you need to set goals for development. Now, what I mean by this also is that you will recognize what aspects you're weak in. For example, I was very, very weak, and I still am learning every day in grammatical concepts. I had a Ukrainian student, a recently arrived refugee, whose English grammar was stellar. Like, it was absolutely amazing to just see her knowledge of English grammar, because obviously they're taught, and she was a teacher in her home school of Ukraine, so that helped her. But you will see that if you meet somebody who is doing the CELTA course and they come from another country other than the UK, their grammar is going to be, their understanding of grammar is going to be far superior to yours. And then, other people struggled with, public presentations. I was okay with that. I dove in there and just embraced the whole experience. But if you find that you are weak in certain respects, then you need to focus in on those aspects of your teaching and find time to improve those aspects. So if you are weak on grammatical terminology, then you need to sit down with yourself and really, really, attack those aspects that you are weak in. And finally, number 8, maintain a supportive network. Build a supportive network of fellow trainees, tutors, and mentors to share experiences, seek advice, and provide encouragement throughout the course. Collaborate, celebrate successes, and navigate challenges together as a cohesive learning community. One of the things we used to do is after our end of week or midweek teaching sessions where we'd have to get up and deliver a class, after that we'd go down to the coffee house or the pub and have a drink, and then use that as an opportunity to discuss the things we were learning in a more informal setting. And having those kinds of breaks is going to be essential. So if you are invited out to go for a drink, try and take up the opportunity, because it will help. But obviously, if you drink alcohol, do not drink too much, because you need to stay sharp the next day. So by preparing diligently and approaching the 1-month CELTA training course with enthusiasm, determination, and a growth mindset, you can maximize your learning experience, develop essential teaching skills, and embark on a rewarding journey toward becoming a confident and effective English language teacher. I hope that helped. If you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. Good luck.